Chuck, big fella. Appreciate you
What's
stopping
up,
through on
man?
the podcast, man. How's
Man,
everything going with you?
man, first of all, man, I'm good, brother, man. But thanks for having me, man. I tune into watching y'all every week, man. I love the content you guys put out there, man. I'm a fan, man. You guys automatically get the double tap likes, retweets, and all that shit, all that y'all get from me, man. Just off of love and just off the. I know what type of brothers you guys are, man. So thanks for having me.
Already. Now, you came from Cali. You went to UK. So living in Lexington, man, I know you're familiar with the bourbon game. You tried it a few times. What were maybe some of the bourbons that you like, a bourbon that you were familiar with living in Lexington for those years?
Well, our equipment guy was a big Maker's Mark, fella, Mr. Kylie. He used to always have one in his equipment room. And then on my off day, I would go have a drink with him every now and then. Between that and Woodford Reserve, I believe that's the name of it. Yeah, man. Those two right there, man. They kept in the fridge. We kept those in the fridge because we had to drink them cold, man. I couldn't drink them straight.
Yeah, that
A
Woodford.
little chill.
That'll definitely get you together. So let's jump into the basketball aspect of the podcast, man. Who was somebody that inspired you growing up, or who was somebody that you really looked up to, or that you may have wanted to emulate your game after?
Man, growing up in California, man, I had a few guys I had like basketball crushes on, meaning like I wanted to, like you said, emulate my game like them. Being in California, one was Toby Bailey, he went to UCLA, and then Paul Pierce, an LA guy, but went to Kansas, and lastly, Ron Mercer. Like those three guys, man, I thought they were cold, man. I just knew I was gonna be a three, man. I was like, man, I don't care if I'm 6'4" or 6'9", I'm gonna be a three like those dudes. So I tried to emulate my game after all of them, and I failed miserably at all of them. But I was able to still niche out my way and make my game what it is.
Right. Now, being from California, you had a lot of options to go to big-time schools out there in Cali and stay close to home. What made you come across the country and choose to play for UK?
Man, it was you know what's so crazy? A lot of California schools wasn't really showing me love like that. A few of them were, a couple of low majors. I think UCLA and Cal were like the biggest ones who was going after me. But they decided to go elsewhere. I'll never forget UCLA kind of crushed me because they had 5 scholarships, and they called me and was like, Chuck, we got 5 scholarships, and you're number 6 on our list. And I was just like, all right, well, yeah, I don't want to go there then. Forget y'all. But then my man, it really came down to Kansas and Kentucky. And my boy Drew Gooden was at Kansas, and he was going into his sophomore year. And then I admired Tayshaun Prince growing up because him being a California kid, I used to watch him all the time. So it really came down to those two. And then I just knew, and I actually, even as much as I wanted to go to Kansas, I just knew in my heart, I just knew in 2001, Tayshaun and Keith Bogus was going to declare for the draft and leave because they just had a really good year.
Right.
So I was like, bet. The 4-man's about to leave. The 3-man's about to leave. I'm going to be able to go in there and play right away. Man, they decided to come back in my first 12 games. I was like, damn, I should have went to Kansas. I'm sitting on the bench. I'm sitting on the bench behind 2 All-Americans. I was like, man, y'all was supposed to leave, but they decided to come back. I'm still grateful for them coming back, but that's what it really when it came down to is opportunity to play or go to Kansas and play with one of my good friends, Drew Gooden.
That's nice. Tough. Now, I spent a lot of time down there in UK with y'all, you know.
Yeah.
How was it at UK? Did you feel like did you feel like an athlete? Did you feel embraced there?
You know what? I did, man. I mean, coming from California, man, it's such a cultural shock, bro. Like, I got on campus at 17 years old because my birthday's later on in the summer. So being 17 years old, coming from California, man, I did not know what to expect. But they show love, and they show love like they knew me already. And I'm just like, I don't even know y'all. I'm talking about from the fans, the students, the teachers, the counselors, everybody that knew me on a first and last name basis. They just embraced me so much. So I felt the love immediately. But one thing that really did help me, I latched on to 2 Kentucky guys if I ever needed some homegrown, like loving, like a home atmosphere, I was always able to go out there and be with their families, and they kind of just took me in as an adopted son.
Right. Now, do you feel like they embraced you completely, or do you feel like they just embraced you just as an athlete, or they embraced the whole Chuck Hayes as the person too?
At first, it was just the athlete.
Right.
At first, I felt that, and I was like, because man, athletes come and go. I can easily transfer. I can get recruited over.
Right.
A lot of different things, man. I mean, y'all played there at Rep, man, and I'm sure it's the same thing how it was at Freedom Hall, man. Let you miss a couple of shots in a row, dude. The Boo Birds are coming. Let you make a dumb foul. Oh, they're coming. You know what I'm saying? But like early on, as a young 18-year-old kid, I didn't know how to take that. Because I was like, man, they don't really care about me. They just, because I'm an athlete, right? But then after a while of showing your personality and keeping your head straight and doing the right things, they started to embrace you, especially going in for 4 years. They feel like they know you.
Right.
Now you get away with a little bit of shit because they know you'll make up for it.
Dope. Now let's fast forward to the end of 2004, 2005 U of L UK game. The controversial ending. Now it's 2 bang plays. It's a play that involves you and I. I drove. It was controversial whether it was offensive foul or not.
Charge.
And then we got the Patrick Sparks play where he traveled, stepped out of bounds, and whatever else you want to call with it.
First of all, man, when I tell you y'all had our number that game, I think y'all had our number even the year before Mo's senior year when y'all came into Rep and beat us. I think psychologically y'all had our number. Bro, I don't know what happened in halftime of 2004, 2005. We just caught a mojo. And I'll never forget. Me and Francisco, we were teammates in Sacramento. And we talked about that game. I said, I'll never forget. I saw him and Taquan Dean just dancing at halftime because they just knew it was cake. They just knew. They was like, oh, man, we about to blow these out the water. I don't know how we came back, hit a shot. Like I said, if y'all start missing, here come those Boo Birds. You know what I'm saying? Now, y'all feel a little pressure. But I never forget, you was on the left side in the corner. I read it. Dude, I read it. Drove right. Robbie Moss did a terrible closeout, as always. Hey, it was a charge. I sold it too, Mo. I sold it, bro. Like, my back was hurt. They gave me the block. Now, the Patrick Sparks ending. To be honest with you, I didn't see he traveled until I saw the replay. Oh, man, my man was dancing. Oh, he was dancing in that corner. But with all those trees around him, in the shadows, the referee couldn't see it. The referee's watching the ball. I was just more impressed that Khalil Zabuki even passed him the damn ball.
But the crazy part about it is I tried to jump to the side. And even before I could jump to the side, I kind of hit you. And so I was just trying to locate a ref like, man, what's he going to call? And they called a block. I was like, oh, man, cool.
Man, trust me, bro. Especially me watching college basketball. I still watch college basketball to this day. The charge block call in college basketball is so bad.
Yeah.
It's so bad. And for that reason, I just knew I got the charge. Even if it was a block. I just knew I had the charge. But granted, you got it. You knocked down your free throws, did what you had to do. And to be honest with you, that last play, dog, we were stuck. We didn't know how the hell we was gonna make it.
The crazy part about it is that coach, we seen you guys come out of the huddle, seen what formation y'all was gonna be in. Coach called timeout. Yeah. And so he told us exactly what was about to happen. He said they're going to inbound, they're going to throw it back to Sparks. Don't jump. Patrick Sparks is going to ball fake. Well,
really?
What happens? Throws it into Kalina Akabuki. He goes up like he's going to shoot, kicks it back to Sparks. And Francisco is the one that left Patrick to go double team Kalina because he thought Kalina was going to shoot like a little 25-footer.
Yeah.
Patrick's wide open. Ellis runs to a closeout, jumps. Patrick shuffles his feet, stops out of bounds, jumps into him. It's a foul. I mean, if you ain't called nothing else, it was a foul. As soon as he got fouled and they blew the whistle, I said, oh, Pat knocking these down.
Yeah.
I just went there and sat down at the other end.
Bro, when he was shooting those free throws, granted, he was our best shooter, our best free throw shooter. But, bro, to make all three, don't even touch the rim.
Man, and I knew they were cash.
But let me tell you this, man. I think that game was like at noon on Saturday.
Yeah.
Boy, there was a hell of a night in Lexington that Saturday evening, brother.
Boy, I bet.
Oh, man, it was I'm talking about it. The freshman was like, "Yo, we coming with y'all." No, you're not. Leave us alone.
Right.
But y'all went small ball in that second half, man. Y'all put Kalina at the 4 and you were at the 5, and y'all had Ravi Ravi, Patrick, and put you and Rajon in that pick and roll with him going downhill against Ellis. And man, next thing I know, I just remember Kalina rolling up top, hitting a 3. Next thing I know, what's his name? Perry rolling up top, hitting a 3. I said, man. And like you said, we just got cold. Y'all caught that momentum. And we caught
the momentum. We couldn't play Randolph because Ellis was killing me. We couldn't play Shagari or Wu, like nobody. So you're right. We did go small. And me and Rajon, we did the pick and roll, or we kept slipping because y'all kept hard showing.
Yeah.
And I will slip. And if I slip, help comes. I'm kicking it to the corner. Like we hit off a good 4 to 5 threes that just swung the momentum. And yeah, man, that was unbelievable to this day, man.
That's crazy.
Man.
Before I ask you this, this next question, what a lot of U of L and UK fans don't realize is how close we all are. Like when I say I spent a lot of time down in Lexington, we play pickup. Y'all will always pick me like I was on a team, let me use the facility. So a lot of fans think like we don't like each other. No, it's just that one game. Like after that is like it's so much love. They don't realize I spent so much time down there with y'all. Like you would have thought I was on y'all team.
Absolutely, man. Like you know what's so crazy? And we always commend you, Junior, for coming down, dog, because like at the end of the day, like you say, it is stuff. We're all hoopers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like very rarely a lot of us were not from Kentucky. So we had to embrace this rivalry, but at the same time, we're all hoopers. And on some competitive stuff, we'll talk trash, we'll go after it. But once we're done hooping, man, what's up, man? Let's go get some to eat.
Exactly.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, man? Wait, what's going on out there? You know what I'm saying? Wait, what the chicks wearing out there? Like it was that's all it was.
Right. They don't realize it was just one game. Like they
like we had an on and off switch. We had an on and off switch with each other where we can get competitive, but then again at the same time it was a mutual respect for each other as athletes and student athletes, as young black men, man.
Chuck, talk about the grind for your 10-year career. Talk about the grind, like you not being drafted. How hard did you have to work? Because I'm sure it was a grind,
Well, look, man, I've been blessed. I've been grateful, man. I mean, both of you guys, shoot, all three of us went to that boat. I'm not hearing our name called, but it was more of a simple fact, man. I just got pissed off. Like in 2005 when I didn't get drafted, dude, I'll never forget. I'm sitting at home in my parents' room, dude. I didn't get my name called. I went and took a shower. My dad called me, said, "Your agent's on the phone." I said, "Tell him I'll call him back." And I just went to a bar, had me some Woodford Reserve in California.
Wow.
And I just got pissed off. I went to training camp looking to kill. Up, they cut me. I went to the the D League. I was like, I'm gonna kill in that one. They gave me a 10-day contract, and that was the worst thing they could have did, bro. That was the worst thing they did because I was so eager. I was like, I'm going at Stromile Swift. I'm going at Juwan Howard. You know what I'm saying? I'm going at Lonnie Baxter. I'm going to, if I get matched up on T-Mac, I'm going at, you can get this too. Like, I just got so motivated that all I was like, man, I just need a chance. I just need a 10-day. Let me get a 10-day. If I got a 10-day, it's going to be over. So, yeah, man, it was just a part of the grind. I got motivated even more. I got pissed, and I just stayed the course and made sure I was prepared.
And people don't understand like that disenchantment, man, and that disappointment of not hearing your name called. Like that's a real moment, man. And like it's not easy to just overcome, man. And like some people still haven't gotten over it, man. And it's tough. It took me about a whole year. And like you said, I chose to go play overseas. Like I was going to get my bag. I was going to get the money.
Absolutely. I had those opportunities too, man. Like you said, that's what we all dreamed about, bro.
Right.
I think we all remember our first time we watched a televised NBA draft and seeing the moments of these guys' faces. And just like, yeah, that's what I want to do. That was like our ultimate goal.
If I could go back, I probably would have gave it another chance to do the G League a year to give myself a chance, but I just went straight to playing overseas, man. And it's kind of like,
Yeah, nah, man, I can't, brother. I commend both of y'all for doing that because me now doing it, being in the front office like I am, we scout over there. I mean, we watch film on guys over there. We have international scout, and I'm watching some of the guys who's been over there 6-7 years. I'm like, bro, that is a grind.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
Yeah.
I tip my hat because not knowing the uncertainty of your paycheck, the uncertainty of the situation, the living conditions, that takes some balls, man. And hey, that's a brave moment.
For sure. Now, one thing I want to ask you about is people always kind of mess with you about your free throw shoot. Do people still come up and ask you about your free throw shoot and I ridicule you about that?
Absolutely, dog. My shit is legendary. Hey, I've just embraced it, bro. Like y'all know, I've never had a jumper. My shot was always on the way down and had a hitch. But like, it just came for a while. Like it was so psychological with me. Then I had remember Sean Respert?
Yep.
He went to Michigan State shooting guard.
Sharpshooter.
Yeah. My fifth year in the league, he came as a player development coach. And obviously I was having some troubles with my free throws psychologically. He was like, Chuck, who gives a fuck? Who cares? Just make one. Just all you gotta do is just make one.
Right.
If you just make one, people like 50%, I know that's a bad percentage. But when you go to the line, they're expecting you to miss both. Just make one. And like, who cares? Like they don't even know you don't even know who they are. Why should you bother what they think? And from there I was like, you know, I'm just gonna embrace it. I'm just gonna embrace it. It is what it is. Even my son is 13 years old, and his friends be like, Mr. Chuck, let's have a free throw contest. I was like, look, don't get it messed up. I'll make 10 in a row with this hitch.
And what's crazy, Chuck, when you say that is people don't realize it's different from when you're just in the gym and when you're in the game. So you're right when you tell his friends, like, don't get it twisted. Like this is a little different.
Yeah, it's a little different. Look, I know y'all seen the highlights, and look, I only had 4 points a game. Look, Mr. Chuck is bigger now. Look, he got a dead body. Look, you can still get this work with this hitch. You know what I'm saying? And they be like, man, how's it going in? I'm like, y'all are hoopers. I'm a pro. Period.
Right.
You hoop, I'm a pro. Period. So yeah, man, people get on me about it. They see me around, and I even have a couple I started an AAU program a couple of years ago. They even put it on NBA 2K, and kids would send it to me. I was just like, hey, I'm just legendary. So be it, man. I got to embrace it.
I got paid to do it.
Got paid to do it. If you shot like me, maybe you would have played 10 years.
Right. What was it like playing with T-Mac and Yao? Give me a T-Mac or a Yao story playing with them.
First of all, man, two icons, man. Like, you get starstruck seeing T-Mac come in training camp my rookie year. You get starstruck. Seeing Yao, his presence alone makes you go, put you in awe. First of all, I think Yao is one of the most unselfish, most humble superstars ever. Like this dude had no ego. I'm talking about practice started at 11 o'clock, dude. He's in the gym at 9 in a full-blown sweat. Why? Because he understood the commitment it take and the expectations he had. And it was unbelievable. It was unbelievable watching his work ethic. I know everybody sees like, man, he's so slow. He should be dominating. Man, you got to see the work he puts in. Season's over with. Kind of like, know this. Hey, Nazi was the same way. No days off.
And he's still doing it right now.
Big man like that, carrying that much weight and got to maintain quickness. Man, no days off. Game 7, 2007, we lose to the Utah Jazz. That was on a Sunday. Tuesday, we had exit meetings. That Tuesday morning, Yao was doing a workout. I'm like, Yao, go chill. And he was like, I got to get better. I got to get ready for the Olympics. It was just so much. So Yao was one of the hardest workers that I've ever been around. And then with T-Mac, dude, he's so starstruck. He was like so cool. Like you watching him, man, it's like, man, this is a guy that rappers rap about. You know, he's like, you know, this is the dude they was debating with Cole, you know, and he just his demeanor and like once he trusted you, man, you could do no wrong. I still talk to him. He lives right around the corner from me out here in the Houston area. And we still chit chat, we still talk, we talk business, man. But like, I was grateful playing with two iconic figures in this basketball world because it helped me grow as an athlete, it helped me grow as a professional, and it's something I can tell my kids about.
It's dope.
Nice, nice. Now, Daryl Morey credits you with really starting the small ball trend with the Houston Rockets franchise. Now, did you see that as something going forward when you were playing, or was it just an incident where we just got an undersized power forward center and that's just what we got to roll with?
And look, that all happened through injuries. For one, I came in playing the power forward position, and then 2008 we draft Luis Scola and Carl Landry, so two more power forwards. And then the following year in 08, 09, Tracy's healthy, Shane Battier's healthy, and we trade for Ron Artest. Right? And we got Dikembe Mutombo. So no, in the front court position, we were loaded. We were loaded. And so in the playoffs, Yao goes down. Dikembe goes down. We're playing the Lakers in the second round. Luis cannot match up against Paul Gasol. Carl can't match up against Andrew Bynum. He said, Chuck, get in there. And I was like, I did whatever I could. Obviously, I mean, y'all know my build. I have thick legs, got cankles. You know what I'm saying? But my feet was nimble enough to get around and fight for them and get position.
Right.
So it came down to it's like I was the only one capable of guarding bigger guys with the right resistance. And then I remember when in this scouting the pro, we interview college prospects all the time, and one kid asked me, he goes, "How did you do it guarding guys like 4 to 5 inches taller than you and bigger than you?" He goes, "Why did you start guarding bigger guys?" I said, "It's quite simple. I'd rather guard Tim Duncan than Manu Ginobili. I'd rather guard Andrew Bynum than Kobe Bryant. You know, because like you can use my quickness, I can use my strength to get those guys off. Guarding these guards, guarding y'all, running through pick and rolls, running through pin downs. Oh my God, I would have got ate up. I would have got ate up. So I knew my strength. I knew how I can get the best of my advantage against my opponent. And it was a situation in 2009 where my team needed me to guard the centers, and I embraced it and I carved out the niche.
But you were one of the top defensive players in far as like defensive efficiency. You were always one of the top players in the league, man, at your position. So definitely kudos for that, man.
I appreciate it, man. I was a big film guy, man. I used to watch film on my guys all the time, man. Like my preparation before every game, when I knew I was guarding a primary opposed score, I was locked in.
Chuck, you and so now you in the front office. You know, I'm sure you love it. How is that different from playing? What's the difference from being in the front office and playing?
Man, it's a big difference. I can tell you the one similarity. It's a big difference, but the one similarity is the competitive nature. The competitive drive I get on trying to engineer and architect a roster. I've found my fulfilling again since I've been done playing basketball. Now, how is it different, man? Oh, man, it's first of all, the owner, the GM, and the head coach all got to be on the same page. All got to be one part, like one sound, one beat. What they say in drumline, though, we all got to be on the same. Then it's up to the coach to relay it to the players. It's up to the GM to relay it to his staff, and everybody has to believe. You know, it's a leadership thing, and then learning the cap, learning the CBA, learning guys' contracts, learning the body. Like, you know, now it's load management and understanding these guys are breaking down. All that comes into play when it comes to building in the roster and really style of play. You know, how do you want to play? Inside out, outside in, threes, layups. You want to be slow, methodical, or you want to play fast paced like Steve Nash days. But all of that comes into play. But like I said, the owner, GM, and head coach, man, they got to all be on the same page, and everybody underneath them has to buy in.
Now, how much are you an analytics guy versus a guy that like I know what I see with my eyes. How do you balance that?
It does take a balance because I'm part of we're part of the era of the 90s era. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Of growing up watching basketball and the early 2000s era. So I believe in analytics. There is a place in analytics, and we obviously, the Houston Rockets, we are a heavy analytical team. And what it is I'm just open to learning more. Like I still have my scout's eye. I still have my talent's eye where I know a guy can play or if he can't play.
Right.
But if I look at a guy and I say he can't play, and I'm like, I get turned off by it, then it's up to me to go to the analytics and be like, look, why is he on everybody's radar? Like, why are people telling me that I should be paying more attention to him? What is the numbers? Why is the numbers saying that? I can give you a prime example. Oh, you guys know this. Oh my goodness, 2017. This kind of hits home with you guys, and maybe y'all can help. Y'all could have helped me. I should have called y'all. I'm gonna tell you this story, and this is where the analytics come into play. In 2017, I'm with the Denver Nuggets, and we're going over our draft board. We all got our guys that we like, and we got the 13th pick. We all got our guys that we like. I think I had Bam, Terrence Ferguson, and John Collins, and DJ Wilson. Some guys had TJ Leaf, OG Anunoby, Caleb Swanigan, da 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 da. 2 days before the draft, my GM walks in and goes, "Hey, let me ask you guys something. Why is everybody telling us that we should be looking at Luke Kennard and Donovan Mitchell?" And we were like, "Wait, huh? Does anybody here like Donovan Mitchell, Luke Kennard?" The whole staff was like, "Nah, not really." You know, his numbers that he was putting up, his PER, and it's like we should have paid attention to. You know, we should have dove in on style of play and everything. But he was a guy analytically that should have popped to us. But me at the time, this was my first year, not understanding the value of the analytics, I went with my scout's eye. Now, learning from my Donovan Mitchell experience, if I don't like a guy, man, I'm doing a deeper dive on film. I'm doing a deeper dive on his analytical numbers to see why is he popping up on everybody's radar but mine.
Nice. And to sit here and say that I knew that he was going to be the player that he is now, I can't sit there and tell you that. You know, I knew he was a really good player, but to say that, you know, he's become the all-star and to be the dynamic player that he is, I can't say that I thought that was going to happen that fast. I think that he just landed in a great situation that's really allowed him to play his game, and he's really blossomed. But I can't sit here and tell you that, like, I knew he was going to do that all along. So, you know, I can't sit here. I got to be honest with you when I tell you that. So
yeah, my boss for the Denver Nuggets, he was like, "Chuck, who does he play like?" I was like, "He reminds me of Shannon Brown." Exactly. I was like, and Shannon Brown, you know, it's a decent role player. You know, he went in the 20s. Well, I was like, he wasn't a lottery pick, but it's a situation, like you said, to credit what you just said, he landed in a good situation in Utah. At the time, we had Gary Harris, Will Barton, Jamal Murray, Malik Beasley, Emmanuel Mudiay. He had 5 guards in his position.
Right.
You know, it would have been tough to him to break the rotation unless he just come out there and kill. But like I said, if you look at the analytics to his numbers in college, should have paid a little bit more attention to it.
Yeah, because of the style of play, like you said, the style of play. It just depends on Pitino roster. You know, you know, some guys Pitino, you know, let loose like that, and some guys, you know, you got to play within that system. You know, so his numbers didn't jump out at you like, you know, some of these other guys. When you look at Russ, coach gave him, like, just let him be him. When you look at Donovan, you know, y'all was looking at what was going on at Louisville. It was like, you know, but you know, you got to put a guy in that, you know, because the NBA is different from college. You know, you put a guy in that NBA setting to spread the floor. If he's a good one-on-one player, it's different. You know, in college is help everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So some guys can't get through that, you know? So,
I agree, man. I agree. What's the name? I would put Devin Booker in that same boat when he was at Kentucky.
Right. Yeah.
My man didn't even start. Can't get off the bench.
Right.
And here he is, an all-star, you know? But if you look at his efficiency, kind of like Donovan Mitchell, look at his efficiency and the numbers he played in, it should have popped more. And so that's where the analyticals I've adopted the analytical view in my scouts.
Devin Booker came off the bench for Kentucky getting buckets. They were loaded that year. I forgot. I can't think of who they had, but they were loaded, man. They
had Ulis and had the Harrison twins.
Yeah,
he was playing behind them, and somebody else. I forgot who was there, but yeah, no, he had this man on the bench. Probably the best pro out of all of them.
Right. Chuck, now we've reached the part of the podcast we call our burn proof segment of rapid fire questions, man. We're gonna shoot you some rapid fire questions. Don't give it a lot of thought. Just give us your first answer. We're going to roll with it.
Got you.
Your favorite pregame meal?
Chicken sandwich.
Toughest person you had to guard?
Zach Randolph, Al Jefferson, and Dirk Nowitzki.
Who's the last one?
Dirk.
Oh, yeah.
Most underrated player in the NBA.
Right now?
Yeah.
Underrated. Drew Holiday.
Woo! Yeah. Yo, thank you. I just had an argument with a whole bunch of dudes the other day. They was like, trash. I said, are you serious? He played both ends of the floor. He's not selfish. But I said, if you want to get that work, he'll give you that work. Like,
oh, my God.
Trash. I said, man, y'all tripping, bro. Like, y'all tripping.
Crafty, sneaky athleticism, underrated handle, underrated, like shifty. Yeah, Drew Holiday.
Yeah, and he was all-star too.
Mm-hmm.
If you was making a song, who would you put on the hook?
Little Baby, bro. Hey, I'm 37 years old, and man, I already know, man, this dude, whatever he touches right now is hot.
Facts.
And teenagers got me on some new stuff right now.
Right. What's the best road arena you played in?
Staples Center.
Nice.
Staples Center. It's one of that and the Garden used to be okay in New York, but the Staples Center is the best one.
What's one way to recognize that somebody's from California?
They say the word hella. they be like, man, that's hella crazy.
What's one celebrity you would invite to sit courtside during the game?
What one celebrity I would invite?
Yeah, to sit courtside during the game.
Taraji P. Henson.
Can't even be mad at you about that one.
Yeah,
at all.
That's my baby boy crush.
It's a question we call franchise sign and wave, Chuck. You got to franchise a guy that you're going to build your franchise around. You got to sign a guy that you're going to keep on the team, and you got to waive a guy that you just ain't got a roster spot for.
You in the front office now.
All right, this is like start benching.
We're going underrated power forwards. We're going Elton Brand, going Zach Randolph, and Rasheed Wallace.
Woo. Who would you
franchising Rasheed?
Franchising Sheed?
Like it.
Franchising Sheed. What's the second one?
Elton Brand and Zach Randolph. You got to choose between those two.
No. What's the second term? Franchise, blank, and
sign, franchise, sign, and waive.
Rasheed Wallace.
She's the franchise?
Sheed is a franchise. I'm signing.
That's tough.
Oh, this. I am signing Zach Randolph, and I'm waiving EB.
I agree.
And I love EB, bro. But
I love EB too, but I like it.
Yeah, man, I'm signing Elton. I'm signing Zach.
You know why I like your second one, Zach? Is he gonna protect his team? He gonna protect his team.
Yeah.
And everybody know in the league that you can't just punk him
Not at all. Not at all. You gonna feel him. You gonna feel him. You know what did my man say in his video that went viral? Where I'm from, bullies get bullied.
Right.
I need that.
Right.
I need that.
Right. Oh man, I like EB too, man. EB was nice, little shimmy, baseline jumper. Man,
EB was cool. EB gave me problems my rookie and my second year. On my third year, I was able to figure it out.
I can't say
The
I would
other two,
differentiate though.
no, the other two I couldn't figure out. You know what's so crazy? I caught Sheet in Detroit. I didn't even catch Sheet in Portland. I caught Sheet in Detroit. In lightweight, dog, he took it easy on me because, dog, it was so easy for him. He would tell Chauncey, like, yo, all right. He'd be like, I'm ready for one now. Give me one. And there was nothing I can do about it because he had a high release on his jumper.
Exactly. We
It's
played
so funny, too,
one-on-one. We
nothing
played
I could do.
one-on-one with him too. He just
I was
held the
about to
ball
say
above
that.
our head and shot it. Like,
What was
man,
he saying, Larry?
what can I do?
Yeah.
Ain't nothing I can do about that. I got
Every
up
time he
into him,
Yeah.
and he just held the ball down and looked at me and shot the ball. I'm like,
And what'd he say to you, Larry? What'd he say to you? Draws. Every time.
I mean, came out there in some Air Force Ones, not strapped up, cut off sweats, and a raggedy Detroit Pistons shirt, looking like a bum, but giving us buckets.
Buckets.
And walked back out.
Buckets.
Didn't stretch or nothing. Said, come on, man.
Right. Chuck, how would you define success?
You know, I think success comes from within, and success to me is something that you're passionate about, man.
Right.
Like your passion has to be something that's so far and like so high driven that once you find passion for something, I think that's where you get your success at, man. I caught success. I caught my passion early at an early age, and I tell this to young kids today: find your passion early and just keep working at it. And I swear you will get the fulfilling feeling internally. You're like, you know what? Nothing else really matters because I'm happy doing what I'm doing because I found my passion at an early age.
Chuck, way to close out the podcast, my brother. Appreciate you taking time out of your day to come through and bless us, man. And it's a pleasure to have you on, man.
No, brother. Thank y'all for having me, man. Like I said, I tune in every time. I love what y'all doing, man. Y'all got a movement. Trust me. Competing against you guys and knowing what you guys have done for the state of Kentucky and the city of Louisville, man, you guys got people's ears. You got my ear. You got a whole other audience. You got their ear as well, man. Just believe that you're influencing a lot of people, brother.
I appreciate it, my man.
Dope.
All right, man. Y'all be good, man.
Boy, man.
Man, take care, man.
Yep.
All right, bro.
Go.